So, in Nepal right now, there's one name at the absolute center of a political hurricane. We're talking parliamentary standoffs, nationwide protests, and a super high stakes legal battle. And that name is Rabi Lamichhane. All right, let's get right into the story of this media star turned populist politician whose entire career is hanging in the balance.
To really get what's going on here, you have to start with a key relationship, the one that basically launched his whole political career. And that's his connection to former Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, a man some have called his political mentor, or maybe even his godfather.
So, picture this. On one side, you've got KP Sharma Oli. I mean, he's a total veteran, a titan of Nepal's political establishment. And then on the other side, you've got Rabi Lamichhane, this super charismatic TV host who just explodes onto the political scene with a ton of popular support. It looks like the perfect team up, right? Old guard meets new wave. But yeah, that's not how it played out. Not at all.
And this, right here, shows you just how wild the reversal was. I mean, just think about it for a second. The guy who puts Lamichhane in one of the most powerful jobs in the country, the Home Minister, not once but twice, is the same guy whose government ends up arresting him. You can't make this stuff up. It's just a shocking turn of events. And you can just feel how bitter this breakup was from Lamichane's own words. The moment he gets arrested, he doesn't mince words. He points the finger right back at his old mentor, blaming him for holding the entire country back. Yeah, the gloves were definitely off.
Okay, so that's the big question, isn't it? How does a political godfather and his rising star end up as these bitter enemies? To figure that out, we've got to rewind a bit. We need to see how Rabi Lamichhane became this phenomenon to begin with. See, before he ever stepped foot into politics, Lamichhane was already a huge star, a household name. And he built his power base not in parliament, but in a TV studio. He really knew how to connect with people, positioning himself as this champion for the common person.
And just look at how fast this all happened. I mean, the timeline is insane. 2013, he's setting a Guinness World Record. A few years later, his TV show Sita Kura, which means straight talk, just blows up. And then, bam, June 2022, he forms a political party. And just 5 months after that, he's leading that new party to this incredible electoral victory.
And what did that victory look like? 20 seats in parliament. 20! For a party that was less than half a year old, that's not just a win, it's a political earthquake. Suddenly, they're the fourth biggest party in the country. But you know what they say, with great power comes a whole lot of scrutiny.
And yeah, almost as fast as he shot up, these really serious questions started popping up. Two big scandals that would pretty much define his political life, creating these cracks in his armor, and, of course, giving his enemies all the ammunition they needed. All right, scandal number 1. It sounds a bit technical, but it's super serious. So, Lamichhane had become a U.S. citizen at one point, but then he gave it up so he could get back into Nepali politics. The problem? He was accused of not following the proper legal steps to get his Nepali citizenship back online. And the key thing here is this third step. According to Nepali law, you can't just say, okay, I'm not American anymore. You have to actually go to the local office, submit the paperwork, and get your old Nepali citizenship officially reactivated. And the whole allegation was he just skipped that part. And wow, the consequences for this were huge. The Supreme Court sided with the people who brought the case, ruling his citizenship was invalid. Think about it. Just 32 days into his dream job as Home Minister, it was all gone. His minister post, his seat in Parliament, even his party leadership. Poof. But wait, there's more. A second scandal was bubbling up, and this one was arguably even more damaging. This one was about money. Big money. Allegations that he was involved in illegally moving millions in public savings from cooperatives into a TV station he was managing. And this is the case that would ultimately lead to his arrest. So this cooperative scandal, it didn't just simmer in the courts. Oh no, it blew up right on the floor of Parliament, putting Lamichhane on a direct collision course with, well, everyone, including his old mentor, Oli. You can bet the opposition smelled blood in the water. For 2 straight months, they shut Parliament down. Completely. They refused to do anything until an official investigation was launched that specifically looked into Rabi Lamichhane's role in this whole cooperative mess. So, after all that pressure, they finally form a parliamentary probe, and its findings,
Well, they were a little complicated. On one hand, it said they couldn't find evidence of him being directly involved in moving the funds into the media company. But, and this is the really important part, it did find he was involved in using that money once it was there, and it told the government to take action. That report, that was the final domino. After that, everything escalated fast. The police ramped up their investigation, the government started pursuing charges of organized crime, which is a huge deal. Of course, Lamichhane and his party are shouting from the rooftops that this is all a political hit job, and all the while, his supporters are hitting the streets protesting his arrest. So you might be thinking, okay, why does all this drama around one politician matter so much? Well, because this whole saga, it's about way more than just Rabi Lamichhane. It really taps into this deep, fundamental tension that's playing out in Nepal right now. What you're really seeing here is a clash of titans. It's this powerful new populist movement with Lamichhane as its figurehead, just slamming right into Nepal's old-school, entrenched political establishment. This is a fight for what the future of the country is going to look like. And all of this leaves us with the big unanswered question. Is what we're watching a story about justice? About holding a powerful leader accountable for his alleged actions? Or is this the political establishment's immune system kicking in, trying to eliminate a threat that it just can't control? The answer to that question is probably going to define Nepal's